Good morning, church. It's time for your 5 minutes with God, and happy Friday to you. I know I mentioned this before, but my husband retired in January, and one of the things we've done is we joined a gym together, and we take a class together. And one of the exercises that we have to do is lunges. We do about 5 minutes of lunges. We lunge to the side, we lunge to the back. Sometimes we have weights that we have to lift above our heads. And when we first started this class, it was all I could do to keep my balance and stay on my feet. And the instructor told us the best thing to do is to fix your eyes on a spot in front of you, and it will help you keep your balance. And it works, and it really reminded me of Hebrews 12:2, where the writer of Hebrews says, "Run with perseverance the race set before you. Fix your eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of your faith." I love that. It is so easy on this journey of our faith to get distracted by things or to get pulled off balance. But if we fix our eyes on Jesus, He is the author, the person who is writing our story, and the perfecter. He is writing a perfect story for our journey of faith. Fix our eyes on Him, and He will help us complete our journey of faith. And as I was thinking about that, it reminded me of a time when I got to go to Haiti with our mission team. It's been several years ago. There's a lot of things you have to do to prepare for that trip. You have to get your vaccines updated. You need to get your passport updated or make sure that it's valid. And they actually recommend that you go to your doctor and get a prescription of antibiotics to take with you to Haiti in case you get sick when you are there. And I did that. And it wasn't just the little pink fluffy stuff that you give your kids. It was just two capsules, but they were mega antibiotics in case I got sick. And sure enough, day 3 of our trip there, it's a 10-day trip, I got sick. I was so sick. I was in the bathroom all night long. I ran a fever. I could not go to work on day 4. They made me stay home alone in the compound in the girls' dorm, and I had to stay there by myself. And I remember just laying in bed there and how weak I was from being sick, how miserable I felt, and and how lonely I was. I was so far from home, and everyone had left for the day and left me there, and I was just overwhelmed with loneliness and how bad I was feeling. And I was crying. And then I noticed on my bedstand I had laid my Bible and things, but there was also a letter there from my husband that he had written to me before we left. And I took it out to read it because I was homesick, and lonely. And the verse that he had included in that letter was from Ephesians. And it says, "You are God's handiwork, and He has created works for you to do so that you may walk in them." And it just really brought my focus back on why I was in Haiti. See, I was in Haiti to do God's work, but I was overwhelmed with feelings of, why, God, did you bring me 1,500 miles just to let me get sick and lay in bed here all day and cry? And it brought my focus back on Jesus and how Jesus is writing my story and how Jesus is perfecting my faith. See, my feelings of loneliness were real in that moment, and my feelings of being sick, that sickness was very real in that moment. But I began to focus on the sickness and the loneliness, and I took my eyes off of Jesus. Life is hard, and I know a lot of you are going through hard things, and I never want to make light of that. Those things are real, and they are hard, but I'm going to encourage you today to fix your eyes on Jesus, the author and the perfecter of your faith, the author and the perfecter of your journey. He is writing your journey, and it is going to have a glorious ending. I love you, church. Hope to see you soon.